Welcome to Wednesday Evening Encore. Welcome. Hope all are doing well. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Christopher D. Thomas. Welcome to Wednesday Evening Encore. We have a very wonderful production topic in store. Workaholics Beware. Hustle harder, fail faster. Wednesday Evening Encore. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Hope everyone are doing well. As always, we're not going to be on here long. Thank you for tuning in. And once again, my name is Christopher D. Thomas. Welcome back, everyone. You're tuned in to Wednesday Evening Encore, and I am your host, Christopher D. Thomas. And we are about to tackle a myth that is deeply ingrained in the entrepreneurial spirit, and that's workaholics beware. Hustle harder, fail faster. We hear of songs, especially a lot of the hip hop rap songs, where it's talking about hustling harder. I never sleep. Sleep doesn't get you anywhere. I sleep when I'm dead. All those type of topics and descriptions of hustling. Being a hustle. Now, there's nothing wrong with hustle. Having some hustle inside of you. Hustle to me is with that particular mindset. You're always going to give it all you got. You're going to act as if you don't have anything. You're hungry, and there's humility as far as in hustle as well. Now, I'm not talking about from a hustle standpoint of talking fast and almost sounding like a scammer. We're not talking using hustle from that particular standpoint. So we're talking about being a workaholic. So the topic this evening is workaholics beware, hustle harder, fail faster. Before we dive in, please make sure that you follow, share, save, turn on notifications. We're about to explore why working smarter, not harder, is the key to sustainable success. So let's discover how to transform your work ethic and create your success without burning out. We're looking at this thing being a marathon, right? It's a marathon. We're looking at the going the full length of things. So I do have a story I would like to share. This also happens to be a former client that we really enjoyed working with. They were in the Silicon Valley area, and this founder, one of the co-founders, her name is Melissa, and Melissa is a co-founder of a high-tech startup. Melissa believed in the hustle harder mantra. She worked 16-hour days, barely took any weekends off. She prided herself on always being the last person to leave the office. So initially, her startup thrived. I mean, it thrived very, very good. And you would think that it was thriving so well that that part of the secret sauce was working the extreme amount of hours that she and her team were actually working. They gained a lot of traction. They attracted investors. But as time went on, Melissa's health deteriorated. Her decision-making faltered, and her team's morale totally plummeted. They were on the brink of burnout. So they went from one extreme, to the next. And it was during a discovery meeting. It was during a discovery meeting that we were conducting that Melissa finally broke down, in front of her team. She admitted that, her exhaustion and the fear of failing. And so it was this moment, in her very vulnerable moment, that turned out to be the turning point for she and her company. So let's break this thing down from a problem, agitate it, and then we'll solve it. Like Melissa, there are many entrepreneurs who think that, success comes from constant grinding. They where their work, they overwork themselves as a badge of honor. But this unsustainable approach, leads to burnout, poor health, and diminished productivity. So let's agitate that a little bit. Imagine losing everything that you've worked for. Losing absolutely everything that you've worked for. Not because that you don't work hard enough, but because you worked too hard. You began to have health problems. You're not as creative, as you used to. Your key relationships, both personal and professional, have began to deteriorate. And what's the cost of all of this happening? Potentially your business and your well-being. So how do we solve it? Well, the solution isn't working harder. The solution is definitely working smarter. So we have to learn how to integrate efficiency in our workflow, prioritizing tasks, delegating, and most importantly, valuing our downtime as much as our uptime. And I personally have to be reminded of that often, because it's easy to get behind the computer. You start typing, doing research, meeting deadlines, and putting all that. And there have been times in the past where I've worked all day and it gets to be about 5 and 6 o'clock, and I've only eaten once. And hadn't even really gone outside to even take a breather of fresh air. So it's easy to do. However, we have to prioritize time, and work smarter, uh, because we're looking at the long term. To be more efficient in our workflow helps us to be able to be more creative, and so we have to value our downtime, as much as our uptime. Embrace tools. There are a lot of tools that we can use these days, especially with the development and the progress of technology and AI. There are many tools that, and also strategies that we can use to boost productivity without compromising our health and our happiness. So, normally I would give you, traditionally, we normally give you up to 5 strategies that you can execute into your work-life balance, your business, personal life, immediately. So I have 5 actionable strategies that you can implement to help shift from a workaholic to more of a smart work culture. And so these are the 5 strategies. 1, set clear boundaries. Set clear boundaries. Define those work hours. What they're going to be, stick with them. Use tools like autoresponders and to manage after-hour communication. Number 2, prioritize your task. Use the Eisenhower box to distinguish between urgent and important tasks. Focus on what truly is moving the needle. Number 3, delegate. Trust your team. Delegate tasks to others that they can handle. Which is going to help free you up to focus on more strategic decisions. Number 4, embracing technology. We've already mentioned that. Embracing technology will help us to be able to automate those repetitive tasks with some software solutions. Just had an associate to text me yesterday, based in Virginia, was wanting to automate some of her social media messaging, where she can put those things onto a bot, as well. So she's looking to do that from an organic and also paid advertising standpoint. So, from scheduling to invoices, find the tools that can help you to save that time to be able to automate all of that. Number 5, take regular breaks in that health check. Just got a message on yesterday. A really good friend of mine went into cardiac arrest this past Sunday, and he is not alert, and he's still not alert. He's in critical condition. Fairly young guy, a fairly young guy. So take regular breaks. Get those health checks. Schedule breaks throughout the day, respect them, demand that others respect the time, as well. Respect it as you would a business meeting. So regularly assess your physical and your mental health. That is a major part. We have a new program that we'll be relaunching. Actually, it's a nonprofit organization. And that's one of the things that we're going to be discussing, especially when it comes from a support and collaborational standpoint for disadvantaged entrepreneurs. So I'm excited about it. We'll be talking more about it very, very soon. I'm actually nudging it here and right now. And so we'll be announcing that in the next few days. So the 5 things that you can implement and execute actionable strategies from being a workaholic to smart work culture. 1, set clear boundaries. 2, prioritize your task. 3, delegate. 4, embrace technology. And 5, take regular breaks and also get those health checks. So back to before we talk back about Melissa, as we discuss these strategies, I want you to that we just mentioned, those 5 strategies, I want you to think about your own work habits. Are they sustainable? If you're struggling to change, or if you need, tailored advice on implementing these strategies effectively, consider booking a consultation with me. We'll work on together about how you can transform your approach to create sustainable success. All right. So back to Melissa. After Melissa adopted the changes, not only did her health improve, but her team also became more empowered and highly productive. Her startup found a whole new rhythm, leading to, more innovation, developments, a very happy workplace. Melissa learned that her most valuable asset wasn't being consistently present, but also her ability to lead sustainably. All right. She learned that she wouldn't always have to be present, but her ability to lead sustainably. Now, our challenge to you, this is the call to action. This is what I want everyone tuning in, listening to do. Challenge yourself to identify one challenge that you can make this week to start working smarter. Choose one strategy from today and implement it. I want all of us to remember that sustainable success is a marathon and it's not a sprint. We have plenty of resources just like this on the YouTube channel, on our website, for more resources on how to discuss and tailor these strategies to your specific needs. Feel free to visit our website. We have much more wonderful information that is on the YouTube channel as well, this channel that you're watching. And also those of you who are on Instagram, we have this feed, as well. That's also saved on Instagram, also. So feel free to get in touch, with me directly, and we can certainly get you on the right track. So be sure to tune in next week. We have a very wonderful topic next week. What I've slated to talk about is hypnotize your audience, the one word that triggers loyalty. Hypnotize your audience, the one word that triggers loyalty. This is where we'll uncover how one simple word can transform your customer engagement and drive brand loyalty. You do not want to miss that particular episode. So remember to follow, share, save, turn on notifications so that you're always in the loop. Thank you for joining in on this session, today. Embrace these changes and watch how not just how your business grow, but how your quality of life will most definitely improve as well. Drop a comment below how you plan to adjust your work habits, and let's keep this important conversation going. All right. So until next time, keep discovering, keep transforming, and remember to create your success sustainably. Thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you soon.